Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, viewers. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Malik Sow. I come to this course about comments that is made by the Honorable Minister of Tourism and Culture, and of course other issues. Yeah, I think it is our responsibility or a responsibility of every concerned citizen, to participate in nation building, not only being in political parties or whatsoever. Yeah, but also to put the government or especially ministers, on check when the need arises. So I think the ministers' comments towards independence, it worth cautioning, because what he says about the independence is, I just think he got to go back to his minds. He need to go back to his minds. He did mention of the fact that independents are not good. He labeled them very badly. He labeled them as people who are lost in the bush. He labeled them as people who are anti-development or hate even the country. But I think the Honorable Minister forgot, or he did forget the fact that independence, there's a provision in the Constitution or clauses or even the sections that gives independence the right to contest. And he is part of people who made those laws, because he's a Gambian citizen, and I believe he once been a National Assembly member for that matter. So if independence are bad, maybe that is today, and he's part of it then. And I found that treasonous. Yeah, because you cannot say independence are bad and you made laws that create for independence to contest. Okay, secondly, I think he forgot the fact that Adama Barrow, President Barrow, he served all his last term as an independent. All the last term he served was as an independent. He resigned from the UDP, and Ahmad was part of the people. Honorable Ba was part of the people who convinced him to resign from the UDP and run on an independent ticket. And the coalition government was under an independent ticket, and Adama Barrow served as an independent. And then I think if independent is that bad as Ahmad is saying, then I think he is pointing fingers first at his boss. Yes, he need to know this. I think he forgot it, and we need to remind him of this. Yes. So independent candidates are citizens. They have the right, as any other citizen had the right, to contest for elections. It is constitutional privilege and right. Constitutional rights and provisions. Constitutional rights, and the Constitution provides for independent candidates to come up or to run for parliamentary elections if you meet the criteria or the demands of the IEC as per the Constitution. What happened is, let the NPP or Honorable Ba or whosoever tell the people the reality and the truth. And I believe the truth is they messed up during their selection processes. I've said this several times. I was writing. They messed up during their product. Gambians are politically getting aware, and the political awareness is on high accelerating speed. Yes, they voted for you or they were with you during the presidential, but parliamentary is different with presidential. You see, and the way you conducted your selection, you cannot sit down in Banjul here and say you are selecting for someone who is in Basse, who will represent them in parliament. You cannot sit down in Banjul and say we select X, Y, and Z in Nyamina or Jara or let's say Basse or Janjambure. The people, we need to follow the democratic channel, and that's what you failed. So these faults, or the people who are going to be represented, the constituents, deem it necessary that, you know, X, Y, and Z is the right candidate to represent us. So you cannot know who is best for the people more than the people themselves, who they are going to represent. So you sat here and choose your candidates, you know, and the people, it doesn't go down well with them. They put up their candidates of their choice. That is the democratic channel. If you are calling for democracy, then you need not to suppress or to censor people from, you know, exercising their constitutional rights in any way. You see. So I think Mr. Barr he need to be corrected, I mean, seriously. Independents are bad, yes, and it is my fellow tribemen, that is the fullest, who are, you know, who make the majority, or who are, all of the independents are fullest. What does that statement mean? I condemn it. These are citizens who have the right to run under any ticket they want. So that's my belief. So if you cannot put your house together and people are exercising their constitutional right, it doesn't go down well with you, you cannot play the blame game on them, you know. So this is the issue. Your party, you need to put it together, organize it, and do as the other parties does. A party that has been established based on betrayal, you know, division, lies, and whatsoever. This is the end product. You know that you are divided, and you know they are going to divide your votes. That's it. And you fell out. You are divided. This is the reality. So, but bringing them, you know, instead of bringing them together or trying to use the soft powers to bring them back together or back to your wagon, instead you're using the harsh powers. And may it continue. This is our prayers. This is my prayer. Yes. So this is the first thing I wanted to portray on. And secondly, he made mention of the skyrocketing of the prices, you know. Yes, at least you spoke about it. It's fine. But you people, you are charged as a minister and ministers and cabinet to implement policies. And these are policies that we expect you to implement, your government. And you both fail on implementing the price control policies, the economy, and whatsoever. You fail woefully. And you are, in fact, you said you saw the deterrence and the bravado that if I bought this, and I believe you don't buy what you claim to have bought. No. It is ordinary Gambians who are facing this and are going to face it. You are just talking politically. I mean, these are just political tactics that you're using. Because this skyrocketing of price, it has started ages. None of you have ever said anything. But because you have started your political jamboree, instead of you unite the people that you people divided during the presidential election, instead of you bring us back together, you continue dividing us. You see, attacking tribes and parties. It doesn't tell well of you. It doesn't tell well of any leadership. I mean, a very competent leadership. Yes. So the prices of the skyrocketing of the prices is the failure and the ineptitude of your government to constitute or to put up a policy that will address it. Put up a policy that will address it, or would have addressed it ages ago, than to come on a political ground now to sell a propaganda that everybody understand. It is just a political move. Oh yes, Ahmad has won the businessmen, this and that. We know. We know they supported you during the presidential and the agreement. This is the capitalist state. And your government is a kleptocracy or kakistocracy who is being, you know, it's a state-captured kleptocracy, or let's say the elites have captured the system. And these, when I say the elites or the bourgeoisie or the bourgeois, these are people who are, you know, who are material owners or land owners or wealth owners. The agreements, we know the clandestine deals. You are not going to interfere with the free market that they are enjoying. Let no one fool you. They are not going to do anything that will bring down the prices of commodity anytime soon. This is the reality. Because they did not put their penny or spend their money just freely. There is no free meal in politics. These are philosophers that says this. There is no free meal. Of course, you are not going to control this. But this is what you said. You said the president will not interfere in controlling the prices. After all the bravado you said initially, we thought you were saying we are going to put a policy. But no, he is leaving you freely. He had never interfered in your affairs. Bring down, my friend, put up a policy or a law that will say that this price, this is so price. Because not long ago, I think 2 weeks ago, the minister, this said minister, the Honorable Minister for Tourism, this said that they cannot control what they did not, what they don't produce, like what they do not produce. The government cannot control what it does not produce. But the government is the one who clear, bill of ladings for goods to come into the country. Of course, you have mechanism of controlling this. I've been writing this since last year. I put up posts. It's about time the government take a radical approach or measures towards this laissez-faire business market. Because the poor people are suffering, and you are not going to suffer. You are not buying rice, you are not buying onions or nothing. They will bring it to your doors. You are a minister. They need tips in turn. We know this. This is how the government operates. So let no one fool you about these prices of control. Let them put a policy if they are really voted to control these issues. And the other thing is, lastly, what I want to mention is about, I've seen in the Standard newspaper that 11 Guineans have been deported. And they are citing Section 6, subsection 2 of the Immigration Act that says no person must enter the country without a permit. We knew this. And the ECOWAS protocol is telling us the movement of goods and people, the free movement of goods and people. That every Africa or ECOWAS person within the ECOWAS have the license or the freedom to move in and out of country and even to settle. But during the presidential campaign, you did not put this to the people. Instead, you were telling them if UDP win, they are going to chase you away. And you know that there are constitutional guarantees or constitutional provisions that both multinational and even principal laws that says about how people should be citizens or show. But you fail to do it. You are saying UDP is deporting. But now your government is deporting because that's what the law says. So we always must stay telling the people the truth, especially we politicians. We must not divide the people. We must not divide the people based on only our personal interests and gains. We have to tell the people the truth and the reality, because for the truth is what all matters and what lasts forever. Every leader, legacy uplifts life. We all are vying, or you are on positions to leave a good legacy. And if you fail to leave this good legacy, even your kids and your grandchildren will be living to suffer the consequences. If you take an oath of office, you got to respect it and serve and live up to it with utmost dignity and respect. Gambians are suffering. Gambians are tired of these shenanigans and this division and this hate spewing, saying that every independent is bad and fool us from the majority of the independent. That I condemn. They all have right to contest for the parliamentary elections. If you cannot put your house together, that is your own business. You cannot fool us. So it's about time people come out and speak the truth and tell the people the reality and take up leadership positions, assume it with utmost dignity, respect, and grace. Yes, these are among things that I just wanted to discuss. That all this brouhaha that they are saying on this campaign, independence, skyrocketing prices, this deportation or whatever, these are all, political tactics, shenanigans, and just to it's just demagoguery, you know. You just you think you can fool people and people will fall for this. No, no. So let us keep it clean. And honestly, I will not end this without touching on Sabali's issue, Commando. Sabali's going to the parliament is a public interest. It is the national interest, I believe. Sabali is someone who will serve the interests of every Gambian. That's what I believe. And I believe the IEC haven't got the constitutional right or legality to interpret the law, but the courts. And I stand by that. And I hope that his court case will be in his favor, so that we will have competent parliamentarians who will, you know, hold the government accountable and oversee the government and hold it to accountable and put it on check in the interest of the people. I thank you all. I salute you. Thanks.